Welcome to Quench Your Thoughts with
Tosh.
and Niche. Today's episode is going to be about
I reminisce on the love we had.
when I reminisce over you. My God. So yes, if you have not noticed, we're going to be talking about reminiscing today.
Taking it back.
So our episode is Reminisce. So
Yes.
what are you reminiscing about?
Back in the day, the good old days. I mean, today's day is cool, but I truly believe like growing up, those were like the best days.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, I feel as though, for those of you who do not know, I am an 80s baby, proud representatives of the millennials and the tail end of X, because it depends on who you talk to. So I'm like right on the tail of X, the beginning of millennials, so Xennial. Boom, it's a real thing. So, yeah, I'm repping 80s.
I'm repping 70s.
70s. What you a baby boomer?
Don't do that.
70s. But go ahead.
So yeah.
70s.
Really?
Go ahead.
Okay, so what are some of the current
70s. All right. Go ahead.
what would you say are some of the current people that from back in the day in the 80s that are still relevant now in 2024?
People from back in the people that were born in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Because so I'd say currently in 2024 of the 80 babies, I would say Michael B. Jordan. He's still killing it. He's fairly new, actually.
Yeah.
And he was born in 87.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James, 83. And let's see. Tasha Cobbs Leonard, 81.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they are all killing
Heavy
it.
hitters.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. All right. So what I have is Queen Latifah.
Okay.
She's
Who you calling? Yeah, go ahead.
okay.
Yeah.
Yep. She was with 1970.
Okay.
And then along with her era, MC Light.
Okay. Usually old
Yeah.
school.
Yes.
Okay.
Still 1970.
Uh-huh.
And I have Mary J. Blige.
Hey, now you know I love my Mary.
I
now.
know you do.
Which year was she born?
71.
71. Okay, so you went early 70s.
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't want to include like Cat Williams. I would have said Cat Williams because right now everyone knows, especially the podcast game, Cat Williams is killing it right now. I definitely would have threw him in there, but
Yes.
teach
Yes.
their own.
That is true.
Okay, so let's get this rolling. Let's now talk about our favorite fashion trends from back in the day. We'll start with you.
Okay. Don't judge me, but I love my stirrup pants.
What are stirrup pants?
So those were, I had some that looked like jean material and they had like elastic on the bottom of the foot.
Mm-hmm.
It goes up under your heel.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I love those. I
So
don't know
were
why.
they like leggings?
Kinda.
You got to describe them to the people.
They were kind of like leggings, but like I said, that what made it stirrup
Mm-hmm.
was that elastic under the heel. So yeah, they never rose up your leg.
Okay. So you were killing it when you wore your stirrups.
I thought I was
right?
anyway.
So
Yeah.
give us an image of like a complete outfit back in the day with you and your stirrup pants.
Okay. So this was in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm telling my age. Back in the day. And I had my jean stirrup pants on, and then I had this long sleeve like rugby shirt on, and it was striped. And then I had a hat and it matched. And I had
What kind of hat?
I don't know, just a baseball
I'm
hat.
thinking a bonnet. You know,
No.
things from back in the day from Little House on the Prairie.
No.
Not a bonnet. Oh, okay.
No, a baseball cap.
Baseball cap. I got you. All right.
And I had some Reebok Classics on.
Okay. The Reeboks went hard back in the day.
They did.
They did.
They did.
Okay.
All right, what about you?
Me. I've always been into fashion, right?
Yes.
I got that from my mom. I'll go ahead and give her the credit because she was fly. We have different types of fly. But my mom used to always be in the house dressed like Diana Ross for no reason. Like, it's Wednesday after school. My mom got on a sequin gown. I'm like, Mom, where you going? What? You don't like my dress? I'm like, you got it. But anyway, My mom also, she hated my style when I was a teenager. One of my favorite things, remember like back when, this is in the 90s, of course, like Escape, TLC, SWV, all of, even Aaliyah,
Yeah.
at one point they were all into like big baggy clothes.
Yes.
But when my mom hated that, right?
Uh-huh.
But what I really loved were the overalls.
Yeah.
She could not stand those things. I had 2 pair, they were my favorite. I had an all black pair, and then I had a blue, like a Carolina blue that faded out pair. They were Levi. Oh, they were so hard. So when I left for school, I would always have them snapped up, looking corny going out the house, because that's the only way she would let me wear them.
Uh-huh.
As soon as I got to school, we would gradually start one strap down, hanging down, I'm going through. By the end of the day, I had both of the straps down, just chilling. Like, that was the style. But then when it was time to go back to school, go back home,
Right.
I had to put it back up. So yeah, that was my thing. And then also, I snuck off when I was in like 8th grade or something, because my mom, we lived in Wake Forest.
Okay.
And back then it was nothing like it is now. She loves jewelry. So there was a jewelry store downtown and they knew her. I forgot the name of it. So being that I would go in there with her, I went in there on my own one day and got my nose pierced.
What did she do?
It was too late. I mean, what could she do? She did not like it, of course, but I was all into that. Like, that was my thing back in the day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any tattoos or anything. I just got the little nose piercing, and I had 3 holes in my ear, which I still do. All of that was done at that jewelry store in Wake Forest.
At the same time?
No, not at the same
Okay.
time. Yeah.
Wow.
It's my little spot.
So they knew you.
Yeah. Because of her.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a fly on the wall that day when she noticed that nose ring.
Oh, I was always smooth. I didn't get into much trouble. Because, see, my sister had a nose ring, and I said I got it because she had it. That worked. Even though my sister had nothing to do with it. She wasn't even there when I did it. I used her, yeah.
Wow. All right, let's move on into who said it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to say a line, maybe a lyric from a movie, maybe a lyric from a song.
Right.
And I'm going to see if you know who I'm talking about.
Oh, please. Come on.
All right. So I'm going to start off with an easy one.
Okay.
I have a dream. I had a dream.
Wow. Dr. Martin Luther King
Yes.
Jr.
Okay. I said it was going to be an easy one.
Too easy.
Yeah, you should have got that one.
Is my turn, or are we going to ping pong? Or you going to do all yours?
I'm going to do all. No, let's ping pong. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ready? I'm not going to be easy on you.
I know.
Listen closely. No, I can't teach you my swag. You can pay for school, but you can't buy a class. Who said that?
Will Smith.
Jay-Z. That was a good guess, though, I guess.
Okay. All right. Okay, now, what about who said don't stop till you get enough?
Michael Jackson. Come on.
Okay.
I thought you had. Give me some hard ones. All right, what's one of mine? Let's see. I ain't gonna hurt you too bad. Mr. Clark don't love you because you don't take care of your responsibilities.
Yeah, that's from, is it Lean on Me?
Yeah.
And they said take the chains off the door.
Right, take them chains off the door.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, I only got one more. Who said, I'm giving you the best that I got?
Anita Baker.
Yeah.
I was gonna sing it, and I was like, "Don't do that."
I was like, what was that?
It was me glitching because I was like, "Don't do it, don't do it."
All right. You got any more? Okay. What?
Ain't nobody mad but the devil.
Kirk Franklin.
Glory, glory. Stomp.
Yes.
Kirk.
Okay. I like that.
Yes.
All
Okay.
right.
Let's go. So, name some stores from back in the day that are no longer open?
All right. A&P.
What is that? AMP, like Kai Cenat and Duke Dennis? You mean like the YouTube social media AMP?
No, the letters A
M
and
and.
P.
Okay, what's that?
It's a grocery store.
Oh. From the 70s. I don't think we had those.
No, it's not from the
Where's it
70s.
from?
I don't know what year it was, but I'm just saying there was an A&P grocery store.
No, I bet you don't know about Larry's Supermarket.
No,
Larry's.
I was going to say Larry's is a seasoning.
Not Larry's. I did say Larry's.
Yes.
But Larry's Supermarket.
No.
And it still exists, but it's just one of those things. If you know, you know.
Is it a Wake Forest thing?
No.
Oh.
Not even.
Okay.
It's my grandma thing.
Okay.
And all of those from Raleigh know Larry's Supermarket. Shout out to Larry's Supermarket. I still smell it. Like it's
Smell?
You gotta if you know if you know, you know. Like you can't say Larry's Supermarket and not smell it.
Okay, wait.
Y'all know what I'm talking about? Let me look at each camera. Larry's Supermarket. You smell it? Wait. Larry's Supermarket. I can't look at your camera, but yeah.
Larry's Supermarket?
Yeah.
Okay.
You smell it?
I don't.
Okay. Go
What
ahead.
does it smell like?
Larry's Supermarket. Okay, let's see.
Okay.
A store from back in the day. Blockbuster.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that one.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good one.
What else?
Okay, what about Winn-Dixie?
I do remember Winn-Dixie.
Okay. That might have came after A&P, evidently.
I don't know about AMP. All I know is AMP.
Okay.
Circuit City.
Yeah. I do remember Circuit City.
Circuit City was cool. You know what? I think Circuit City might still exist.
You think?
Maybe not.
I don't think so.
No?
Mm-mm. I don't know what could have taken its place now, because it used to be like Comp USA.
I remember Comp USA.
It's kind of like it, but that's gone too.
Right. But Best Buy. So Best Buy is that, right?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. I would say that. All right. What about, you probably know this, Hex.
Hex. Like, put a spell on someone? What is it, Hex? Spell it.
HECHT. Apostrophe.
Oh, I kind of. What is it?
It's a department store.
Okay, what do they have in there?
Like it reminds you of like Belk's.
Hex.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think.
Really?
Hex. Macy's.
Yeah, but more like JCPenney.
Oh no,
because Macy's a little bit higher end than JCPenney or Hex.
I didn't really do JCPenney.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Belk's, yeah, it's on that line. That's why I thought you would have known it, because Macy's.
Nordstrom.
Yeah. No.
Bloomingdale.
No, not on that though.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I can't believe
Hex.
I know.
It sounds very familiar,
right?
It really does.
That's why I thought you would have known that.
When did it go away?
I didn't find that out.
Hex.
Yeah.
Why does it? Okay, I'm sorry. It's just we're gonna get stuck on Hex.
All right, you got anything?
No, I didn't really go in any stores. I just wanted like candy and stuff back in the day.
What about toys?
Toys?
Mm-hmm. You remember KB Toys?
I do.
Yeah.
KB Toys, Toys R Us.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when my dad took me to Toys R Us, and remember that movie? I think it's called Big. I really don't know what it's called, but you remember they were dancing on the big keyboard?
Yes.
Was it called Big?
I think it was. I remember that.
So my dad took me to Toys R Us, and he bought me one of those floor keyboards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you could tell me. So yeah, that was like one of my favorite memories of Toys R Us.
Did y'all play that song? Dun, dun,
We did
dun,
actually.
dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun. Yeah.
Yeah, we really did.
That's
and then and then the other. No, we did.
Oh, that was
neat.
dope. That's cool.
Okay, speaking of fond memories, what are a few of your fondest old school memories?
Man, I remember we had this telephone, and
You had to crank it up.
no, Another
call it?
70s joke.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No. So it was a telephone where you would hold, it was long and it had like this, the spout came out like this is what you were talking to.
Wow.
And then you had to, the hand part, you could pick it up and put it on to your ear.
Oh, this was real.
It is a real phone.
Okay.
Yeah. But then it had a dial. You still had the dial.
Yeah, I remember the dial.
Yeah. Pretty much everybody knows the rotary phone, but that phone in particular, I don't know why I used to love it. It looked like a microphone and you had to hold the earpiece to your head. But yeah.
Like one of those radios from back in the day. Like in the military. Like, what's that show my grandma used to watch? MASH.
Yeah. Yes.
Y'all had one of those at the house?
No, it wasn't like, it was like that, yes, but it was a working telephone.
Okay.
But that was neat. I used to love that phone.
That is neat. Dang, you kind of messed me up with that one. I was more so thinking of just memories. Let me see, back in the day. What can I think of? I had so much fun growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to pinpoint one thing. We did a lot of cookouts. I don't eat pork. I haven't eaten pork in like 17 years.
Mm-hmm.
But growing up, we did eat pork. And we would have like pig pickings.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy, my Uncle Charles would get like a whole hog and like roast it on a big, huge grill. And then people, it would be for our family, but my family for some reason knows everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody would just come over, stuff like that. That was very fun. And the reason I say that's a throwback memory because it has nothing to do with eating pork. Mm-hmm. But now no one does anything like that anymore.
Yeah.
There are no gatherings, no like cookouts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did your Uncle Charles like go from the beginning where he killed the hog and cleaned it and put it on the grill?
I don't know if he killed it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. I just know it was the entire hog, like the head, everything. Yeah. And they would put it on the thing, on a pole. And then, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just know that. And I've seen him also, he would cook deer meat. Mm-hmm. I probably did eat it and didn't know.
Right.
But yeah, just outdoorsy type.
Yeah. That's a good
Fish
memory.
fries.
Yes.
Yeah, we had all of that stuff growing up, like all the time. In the summertime, any given weekend. So, yeah, if not one of my aunts, my mom, my grandma, someone was having some kind of cookout or a gathering for no reason.
Yeah.
And we'd all just be together all the time.
Every weekend.
Just about every weekend. Like if we didn't do it on that level every weekend, just about every weekend until I got into my teenage years and I didn't want to be with my little cousins anymore. We were always together. Like I grew up with my cousins because we were always together. So yeah, it was fun.
Okay, what's the fondest memory you have with them?
Oh, God. Oh man, that's funny. We did so much stuff. What didn't we do? Okay, so back in the day, do you remember the show Star Search?
I do.
All right, so when we would be at when we were at my grandmother's house, we'd all get together. We'd go in the back room, put on a bunch of random clothes that we would find back there, and we always performed. Like we had a group. I do not remember the name of our group, but my aunt Shirley used to tell us, "Okay, come on, we got to practice because we set up an audition and you're gonna go on Star Search." She had us thinking we were going to go on Star Search and the Apollo.
Oh.
So we would go in the back, work on our little routine. My grandmother had a fireplace. We would stand on the mantle. That was our stage. And do our little dance, shucking and jiving and all that. You know, you could tell us anything. Of course, we never went to the Apollo. Which camera? We never went to Star Search. But it was quite entertaining.
I bet your family liked it too.
We did a lot of acting too, a lot of skits. Like our favorite movie ever is The Color Purple.
Yeah.
I mean, we know it verbatim. And so we would get all dressed up and then like reenact scenes from The Color Purple.
So I know you probably went and saw the movie.
The new one?
The newest movie, yeah.
Yes.
And so were you in there just calling out the lyrics while they were talking?
No, because they changed it up a lot.
Yeah.
And shout out to the cast. Was it Danielle, Fantasia, Taraji? I'm trying to get this is Black excellence. I don't
Yes.
remember all the others, but they did a good job. I mean, it's not the original, but
Right.
they didn't try to. I don't feel like they tried to imitate the original. I think they tried to put a new spin on it.
Yeah, I would agree.
The original is a classic. You kind of cannot. But I love the ending of the new one.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't spoil it in case people still haven't seen it.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
The original is better, though.
I agree.
Yeah.
And from that, I got the book. I'm still reading it. I'm wanting to see, and I'm sure everybody's probably already read the book before. But yeah, I'm trying to see how it, if it mimics the old version.
So far, do you like it?
I do.
The book?
I do.
What does it remind you of? The new version or the old one?
The old one. Yeah.
And in your opinion so far, which one is better?
The book or the movie?
Well, yeah, the book or the movie, and then the old movie versus the new movie.
The old movie to both questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie is just hands down the best.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. All right, so we kind of veered off a little bit. Let's get back to what else, fondest memories. Another thing that I remember from back in the day is, okay, we used to have this vacuum cleaner.
I don't know why that's funny.
Did your mom have? It was the one where it kind of like trailed behind you, and you would use the handle to vacuum the floor, and then you kind of like had to pull the tube behind you.
No, I'm letting you finish because I have a story. But go ahead.
Okay, but yeah, I remember that my mom used to have one of those, and yeah, I used to hate having to pull that tube behind everywhere we had to go. But then you just hit a button, and the cord would just right back up in there. But yeah, that was a memory of that.
I don't know if it's the same kind, but like, you know how you say I'm so extra, and I'm always like, listen, my mom had this vacuum back in the day. It was so fancy. Like, it was the type that you described where it had the little circle thing and you pull it, but it had like incense or some kind of fragrance oils in it. It was off the chain. Like, it smelled so good. So like whenever you would vacuum, it was like had an infuser that would just shoot scents in the air. Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what I thought you were talking about.
No.
Yeah.
We didn't have a diffuser in the vacuum.
Hey. I got it all honest. All the stuff you say about me is not my fault.
Yes. Yes. So true. All right. What about, did you have a Walkman?
Yes. Come on now.
Okay.
As much as I love music, you know I had a Walkman. I had several. I had the CD kind and the cassette kind. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Okay. And did you have the bag that the cassettes came into that you zipped it up?
Oh, come on, man. Of course. My collection was crazy. There used to be a music store as well in the shopping center in Wake Forest. I forgot what it was called. It was beside the whatever that drugstore was. Mm-hmm. It was in between the drugstore and the grocery store. There was like this album store. It's crazy. It was dope. So I would go in there and get stuff. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, I know we're all guilty of this. The Columbia record, you know, when they would send those things in the mail.
Yes.
And you order all this stuff and don't pay for it. I still have CDs from them upstairs. So, yeah.
That you still haven't paid for?
Listen. They're free now. I paid for them. Uh-huh. But, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, what about this? What about, did you have a record player and it was like enclosed into this like cabinet and you had to lift the lid of the cabinet and then the record player?
I think that's 70s.
that definitely might be.
I didn't, but my sister had a, what do you call it? It's not called a record player. It's a turntable. Mm-hmm. But my grandma had a TV with turntables inside of the top of it. So it's this huge, giant floor model TV, right?
Yeah.
and then you could lift the top of the TV up,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like a turntable and like a maybe even an 8-track too on the inside.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Kind of dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I know you had pagers, two-way pagers
What?
and beepers.
Of course. I had that because it was fashionable. Obviously, you know, back then that's what the drug dealers had. But we were not drug dealers. Like I've always been square. I'm not selling it. I'm not going to jail.
Right.
So like before the cell phones were like readily available for everyone, we had my little crew. We had pagers. And they had to be a color. You couldn't get like that basic black.
Yeah.
I had a teal green one. And we would like just page each other like 187, 911, just little stupid little stuff. And we would call each other after school and stuff. And sometimes like most of our pages didn't even work. I mean, they told the time, but they weren't connected to a service.
So it's just for show?
Yeah, that was just a show, just like an accessory, just like a pocket watch.
Yeah.
Hey, that was our pocket watch back in the day. It was cool.
Okay. What about a waterbed? Did you ever have a waterbed?
No, I did not have a water bed, but someone did in my family. One of my aunts, if I had to choose an aunt, I'd probably say my Aunt Niecy, because she always had all the bougie things. But I don't know who had the bed, but I have slept on a water bed before. What about you?
I've slept on one. I did not have one. We didn't have one in our house. But yeah, I think a family member might have had one of those too. Yeah. But yeah, that just reminds me of back in the day. All right. Let's move on to video games. Did you play video games as a child?
I played outside as a child, but there was someone had a Nintendo, the original one.
Yeah.
But it was at my grandmother's house. And whenever I would go there to spend the weekend, I would play Mario Brothers
Yeah.
and Duck Hunt.
Uh-huh.
That's how it sounds when you shoot the duck.
Yeah.
And it'd be like. So yeah, I love Duck Hunt the most, I think. I think because it was so simple, how you do it, it's just point and shoot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. We had an Atari.
Dang.
Okay.
That's from the 70s, eh?
I don't know if it was in the 70s, but it was before Nintendo. I do know that. And yeah, it just had like
One stick.
yes. And that red button, that thing, my thumb used to be so
That's funny.
my thumb used to be so tired trying to shoot with that one red button. But yeah. And on those and on that game, I used to love to play Asteroids or
That's when the little stars went around. I've never played Atari. I think I saw that on E.T. though. You know that old movies from the 70s.
there used to be a game too.
E.T.
Uh-huh.
A game called E.T.
I'm sorry. That's probably why you didn't know.
No, for real, I didn't.
Yep. And okay, what about Donkey Kong? I know you know about Donkey Kong.
I know about it, but did I play it? No. I really didn't play games. I was outside. That's what I'm saying, like, about me and I think I grew up in the last generation that actually went outside to play.
That might be true.
Like me and my cousins, we would be outside all day. Like, all day. And just playing stuff outside, tearing stuff up outside. Getting dirty outside. We never got in trouble, but we were just out playing, being creative, using our imaginations. Of course, we could come in, but we couldn't go in and out.
Right.
And then we would try not to go in too much because they had a rule. You either go in, you stay out, and you go in and you get stuck in there.
And be looking out the window.
Right. So we would just stay outside. And, of course, you know, as it would get late or if it was time for us to eat, we'd come in for stuff like that, but we'd be outside.
Yeah.
Especially in the summer.
Yes. It'd be hot, but you wouldn't go inside, right?
Well, I don't think kids can feel temperature. Now would I do that? Absolutely not. But as a kid, I don't even think I felt the heat, if that makes sense. Because I was just so into whatever we were out there doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so being that you like staying outside and didn't want to keep going in and out, did you used to drink water from the water hose?
We did.
To keep from going in to get water?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
Yeah.
We did that.
And did you have to be in by the time the street lights came on?
Yeah, I'm sure, but I've never been in for the streets, so you know, I never reached that point where someone had to be like, get in here, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, we had to be in by the time the street lights came on. So yeah, if we playing outside, we lived like in a cul-de-sac when I was younger, and yeah, when we saw the street lights going, you saw the kids scattering, going back to the house or whatever.
In the 70s.
Not in the 70s.
What?
That could have been.
What?
I'm just saying that could have been closer to the 80s.
Well, I wouldn't know because I was born in the 80s,
Right.
so that means I was in the house. I was like, you know, like if you were born in the 80s, I don't know what was going on
Right.
in the 80s because I was too little to be outside.
Yeah.
But I could tell you what went on in the 90s when I was old enough to be outside.
Right.
But yeah, I have heard those stories though about the street light.
Yes. Yes. You had to be in when you saw the street lights come on. But yeah, good old days, I tell you. All right, what about board games? Did you and your cousins play any board games?
Monopoly, Connect Four. We're still like back in the day.
Yeah.
And Uno.
Yeah.
Is that considered a board game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those were the only ones. And like we would play like Go Fish
Mm-hmm.
and what's the one with the I Declare War?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
do
would play
remember.
little simple stuff like
Yeah.
that.
And I'm sure your parents played spades.
Oh my goodness. Yes, they did. Do I know how to play? No.
Uh-huh.
But yes, my family in general, they played spades.
Yeah, I don't think spades is ever going to get old. Like, that's a back in the day, and that's still a current.
They still play?
Yes, like my daughter and her friends. Yeah, and they still as serious
Still
as
out.
they still get as serious as family members did back in the day about spades. Yeah, people don't play about their spades.
Yeah, I didn't.
And like you, I don't.
I mean, I learned how to play one time. My sister taught me how to play. We were on teams. We did win, but I don't remember. Because, I mean, you know, I learned fast. So once she told me and then I figured it out, I'm like, okay, so it's like, oh, okay, I got it. I got it. And it used to be funny to me, like when people would go around me, how many you got? How many you got? I'd be like, I'm going bored. What that mean? Four?
Four, yes.
That was like my favorite thing to say. She'd be like, stop saying that, you know. I used to go bored.
And
every time.
And I'm sure you probably reneged because.
Oh, I did.
Yes.
I did. I just liked saying that. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure she didn't like playing with you anymore after that.
We used to win.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I was good. Like, we used to win, though.
Yeah. All right. What about backgammon? You ever heard of that?
Batman.
No.
What?
Backgammon.
Backgammon.
Yeah, it's one word.
What's that?
It's a game. It's a board game, but it's like it's in a case. You carry the case around, and there's like a velvet board.
Velvet? Is that velvet? Oh, I do know. I didn't play that, but I've seen one of those before. They're like, it's black and white, brown.
Brown. Yes, it's like dark brown and tan.
Yeah, yeah.
And you had like these triangles, and on the inside on the velvet board, and then you had these not chips, but like ceramic circles, and dice, and you had to roll the dice and then move the chips.
So tell me, how did you play? Like, I remember seeing that before and just sliding stuff, but I never ever knew how to play. Do you know how to play?
I did know how to play, but I have not played in years. But that's just one I do remember playing. And what is close to it, a newer version, is Mancala. You ever heard of that?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
And that's what
It's
looks
like the little beads.
Yes, look like gems. Yeah, so that's a close resemblance to backgammon, but yeah.
Okay. Did we cover it all?
Oh wait, I gotta say this one too. Go on with backgammon is jacks.
Jacks.
Did you play jacks?
Like with the ball and the jack?
Yes.
No.
You said it like you
I know
did.
what it is, but
Okay.
no, I didn't play.
Yeah, that was another one that I used to love to play. I had to play that by myself because my brother, I have a younger brother. He did not play. I guess that was a girl game. So I had to play by myself, but I used to love to play that.
Okay. So the objective was to what?
To be able to gather all the jacks before the ball, once you throw the ball up, you had to gather.
Just pick them up?
Yeah.
And then the game's over?
No, I mean, you do one at a time. Start with
Oh.
1, 2, and then you try eventually to gather them all.
Is it possible?
It is possible.
Okay.
If you cheat and try to, like, when you have to drop the jacks, you gotta, if they gathered them together, you're able to swoop them all up. But it was fun to me.
Okay. Sounds exciting. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean,
I missed out on that.
whatever.
Okay, Jax.
Man. Yeah. All right. What about swinging on the swing in the park, and you would swing so much that it started rocking, and everybody would try to like jump out of the swing or go over the swing set.
Yeah, we did that all the time. We would swing until the chain popped. Like when you go high, the chain.
Oh yeah.
So you gotta feel that. That's when you know you're super high. And then we just jump, just go flying through the air.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a normal day at the park. Yeah.
And then what about going around and that thing where you had to hold the metal?
We did all those things, and surprisingly, no one ever broke a bone from my family. We never got seriously injured.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't know how we did crazy stuff then. No one ever got hurt.
That's good.
So yeah, we built different.
I'm telling you, back in the day, just built different anyway.
Yeah. Okay, well, cool.
Ooh, that was a trip down memory lane.
Back down memory lane. I have a song for everything,
Yes,
right?
you do.
So yeah, I enjoyed reminiscing back in the day when I was young. I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I do. Who said it? I don't know. I don't remember.
Far side.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think that wraps up another episode of Quench Your Thoughts with
Tosh.
and Nish.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.